Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna talk about this foundation that it's been all over YouTube, and I filmed this a while ago, but if you follow me on Snapchat, then you will know why I'm just uploading it now. It's still freshly new, people still talk about it, but I just want to review on it and show you guys how it look on my skin tone. If you're similar to me and my skin tone, then maybe you may like this, maybe you won't. But I have a lot of things to say about this foundation. So this foundation is their new collection. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. Now, this foundation has an SPF of 15, which is pretty good. Like if, especially like take care of your skin when you're in the sun. So you need a little bit of SPF. I mean, some people use a actual SPF moisturizer like on its own and then apply this. So I'm looking at the Sephora website. I tried to load into the Tarte website, but it wasn't loading for me. So this range about $39. I got this when it was like a VIB sale or exclusive to VIB. That's what I meant to say. So I got my hands on it earlier than the people that don't have a VIB. I can say that it delivered to my house pretty fast. Like it took about 2 to 3 days for them to ship it to my house. So I want to talk about the packaging. I like the packaging, it's pretty, and I love the ombre effect on the cap part. And I'll show you guys here, like basically is a dropper. So it's a dropper and you kind of just press the top part to let it suck in the foundation, and then you just drop it onto your hand or your brush or your beauty blender. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of reviews, a lot of people don't like the dropper. I personally don't like it like that. When it comes to foundations and my makeup, I'm not too messy. Like some people are like cochinas, they be having all this like foundation here and then they don't know how to like, put it back into the foundation bottle, but I don't see what's the problem. But I mean, everybody has their own preference, and when it comes to foundation packaging, I don't mind it, but I'm not a big fan of it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it is pretty watery. Like when you drop it onto your hand, it is runny. So that's the only thing that I noticed when it comes to like liquidy foundations. I don't know how they're gonna wear on, especially on my skin tone. Throughout the years, my skin tone has changed. You probably know from like the beginning I had oily skin, but when I moved out here, I noticed that my skin tone now, like, I don't know, because when I moved out here, I was really hot and like sweaty, and my foundations wouldn't last very long. And I had to buy a primer from Makeup Forever. It was like a mattifying primer. That worked, but then like the winter came, my skin tone was like, all right, it finally like calmed down. So I can say right now I have combination skin. So it varies on the weather, it varies on, my skin, how it's acting that day. So the way it applies, I'll show you guys here. It applies pretty well. I mean, it gives you really good coverage. I'm not gonna front. It gives you really great coverage. And I show you guys two preferences. Either you can use it with a brush or you can use it with a sponge. So you see here that I use a sponge. So now I prefer the sponge over the brush anytime, because when it comes to sponges, it does soak up the product, but the fact that it applies and it leaves like a beautiful finish, I prefer that. Some people, they don't like sponges. It depends on your preference, how you like to apply your foundation. You can keep using the same thing that you have now, but just remember some applications look a little bit more different. Now I show you guys here how will it look if I use a brush. The brush, in my preference, I don't like it with the brush as much as I do with the actual sponge, because the brush application, it comes off very streaky. Like I said, I don't know how is this foundation gonna come out because it was very liquidy. So usually when it comes to foundations that are liquidy, they're easy to maneuver and they're like very easy to apply. But when you use a brush, it kind of just goes all over the place. It's very slippery. It doesn't stay quote unquote, it doesn't stay where you want it to stay. That's just my experience of using a brush. Depending on the brush, some brushes are completely different. Like if you got like a $500 brush, then it might work. But when it came to the e.l.f. brush for $6, I mean, I'm not saying that the brush was bad, but I just didn't like how it looked with the brush, me applying it with the brush. So you guys see here that it does look good. It looks good. It actually covered up a lot of my imperfections, and it's a good coverage. There's a lot of good things about this foundation. It's like a dream come true. It has good coverage. You don't have to use too much drops, but I noticed with this is not for everybody. I know, it sucks. It's not for everybody. And sadly, I can say I can work with it on certain days. It will look good. But some days it just looks very cakey. After a while, maybe an hour, it will start to break. And it's not because I'm using a bad primer, but because this foundation, it doesn't sit right on my skin. What I'm saying is that if you have oily skin, this will be amazing for you. It will be great for you. If you have dry skin, don't do it. Don't get this. This is not great for dry skin. It will cling on to anything on your face. A pimple, a flake, dryness, anything. It will cling on to it. That's the biggest con, is that it's not for every skin tone. And if you have dry skin and you want to get this foundation so bad, this is my recommendation to you. If I were you, moisturize and exfoliate the heck out of your face. And not only that, like apply your moisturizer during the nighttime, your serum, whatever you use for your skin, at night, and then in the morning or whenever you apply this foundation, moisturize again. And if you feel like your skin is just super dry, this is my recommendation. I mean, it may sound a little odd, but I've seen some people, some makeup artists use like something like this. So you can apply an argan oil. Now, yes, this is very oily. Use at least 1 to 2 drops, depending on how much foundation you're gonna put. 1 to 2 drops will do great. Don't mix it with your foundation if you don't want to, but I prefer to just apply this on my skin first, especially areas that I'm dry. It's like my nose area tends to get more drier than anything. Here and here, like almost the T-zone. Here is fine, it's fine. But it's usually around here and here that I will get dry. Apply a little bit of this like in areas or all over your face if you're dry all over your face. Then apply your foundation. I'm telling you, it will work. This foundation is pretty lightweight. They claim that it's supposed to be 12-hour wear. I didn't wear it for 12 hours, but I did wear it for maybe 4 to 5 hours. In one of my makeup videos, you will see the foundation. I'm wearing the purple smoky eye, so you'll see that like right here if you want to see how it looks on my skin. And also, you know, it's supposed to be like a radiant kind of foundation. Like it's supposed to give you like that nice dewy look. And I agree, it does make you look a little dewy. If you don't like that look, then you know, you could apply your translucent powder or your face powder. Is this foundation worth it? Let me be real, yeah, it is worth it. If you have oily skin, this will be great. This will be amazing for you. You should totally get it. If you have combination skin type like me, it'll work. It'll work. Don't get me wrong, it'll work. But in some points, in some days, it might not look like the way I applied it the other day. You know what I mean? If you have dry skin, pass on this. Let me know if you purchased this foundation. If you have it, let me know in the comments down below. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a light neutral. So it is a little bit more on the pink undertone, which I'm not, you know, I'm not all pink undertone. I'm pretty much neutral. So what I do is I mix it with my FAQS custom cover drops. So it'll just kind of even it out for me. So it works out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I have it right here for you guys if you haven't subscribed already, or you can subscribe down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.